everyone, it's Katie from Paradise Falls family. In this video we'll be highlighting some of the top things on offer at Walt Disney World around Christmas time. We were fortunate enough to visit over the Christmas period for the first time many years ago and then again more recently in 2021, and on both occasions we've had a fantastic time. Visiting at Christmas just adds to the magic, and Disney adds some really amazing touches to make your trip extra special. We flew out to Orlando on Boxing Day, or the 26th of December for those of you not from the UK, and we stayed at Disney's Old Key West Resort for 9 nights. This was our first visit back to Walt Disney World post-pandemic, and also our first as Disney Vacation Club members. We picked Old Key West as this is our home resort, so it felt right to celebrate our first DVC trip there. We had a blast, enjoying the parks and resorts after such a long break away. Being there over the Christmas period made it extra special, so here are some of the top things we enjoyed over that festive time. The Christmas tree trail at Disney Springs was so much fun to explore. This was a big one on our list for this trip as we love a good Christmas tree. Over the festive period, Disney set up and decorate around 20 Christmas trees and spread these across Disney Springs. Everyone has a different theme. We had great fun exploring and finding each of the trees across the area. The detail on them was incredible, and the kids had such a fun time spotting their favourite characters. We loved them all, but I think our favourites were the really colourful Toy Story one, the Haunted Mansion tree, and the tree celebrating all of the 4 Walt Disney World parks was really special too. Next on our list is the Candlelight Processional. Disney holidays are all about prioritising as there's just so much to do, and this was another top priority for us on this trip as we hadn't managed to see one of these shows before. The processionals are a retelling of the Christmas story by a celebrity narrator along with a choir and an orchestra. There are usually several showtimes a day, starting near the end of November and going throughout December, with different celebrity narrators each day. The show we saw was narrated by Pat Sajak, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Pat Sajak. Thank you very much. Are you as excited as I am to have Candlelight back here at Walt Disney World? Although I have mixed feelings as I look out among you, it just occurred to me that none of you will be able to get home in time to watch Wheel of Fortune tonight. That's at some level to me. I am not only honored to be back, I'm especially honored to be here in the closing nights of Candlelight. I'll be here tonight and tomorrow, the last 2 nights for this year. In fact, I called my friends at Disney to thank them for booking me this way. I figured they'd like to keep the best for last. Turns out they had just run out of celebrities.
We had no idea who he was as he presents a US game show that we don't really have here in the UK. It made us realise that it actually doesn't matter who you see as the narrator, as it doesn't take away from the experience at all. The list of narrators is released in advance though, so if this is important to you, then you can try and plan ahead. The music and way the story was told was absolutely lovely. It was really stirring and really puts you in a wonderful Christmas mood. It's something we definitely want to do again next time if we can. The show takes place in the bandstand in USA in World Showcase in Epcot. Queues can form hours in advance, so it does take some commitment. However, because we were with the kids and it was a top priority for us this trip, we booked one of the dining packages on offer. This was a meal and then tickets to return for a specific show time. Ours was a character lunch at the Garden Grill with Mickey, Pluto, Chip and Dale, and then tickets for the 5:15 p.m. processional. The total package came to around £180 for a family of 4. Although if you consider the normal cost of a character meal, we felt it was a relatively small premium to guarantee entry for the processional, and we'd probably do this again next time. I'm going to put some clips from the show in here so you can get a flavour of what it's all about. Now that we've done it, I think this is probably my favourite thing to do during the festive holiday season at Walt Disney World. Now let's look at what happens in the resorts. Disney doesn't hold back when it comes to decorating the resorts, and it's wonderful to stay in the Christmas bubble. Each resort does its own thing, but our favourite was the Christmas grandeur at the Grand Floridian Resort. The Christmas tree in the centre of the lobby rivals the trees in the parks for that wow factor, and the gingerbread house they have there is just insane. The smell greets you as soon as you get to the resort, and the gingerbread house has to be seen to be believed. There is a list of ingredients used to bake the house, and it has something crazy like over 600 pounds of sugar that go into it. There are so many hidden Mickeys to spot, which is one of our family's favourite things to do in Disney, and there's a shop where you can buy gingerbread treats. Sticking with the food theme, we loved Epcot's International Festival of the Holidays. This usually starts towards the end of November and carries on to the end of December. Like all of the food festivals at Epcot throughout the year, there are so many different food booths dotted around the park with loads of holiday-themed treats and drinks. We loved the raspberry and white chocolate Christmas log from the Booth in France, and I'm still kicking myself that I didn't get to try the frozen hot chocolate martini. The cinnamon glazed almonds and roasted chestnuts made us feel like we were at a European Christmas market, just in slightly warmer temperatures. There's a holiday cookie stroll where you buy 5 cookies from the stalls set out in the event passport, get the passport stamped, and then get a free cookie at the end for completing the cookie stroll. Another fun part of the International Festival of the Holidays in Epcot were the holiday storytellers from many of the different countries around World Showcase. The times for these can be found on the app or on the daily schedule, but there are appearances from Father Christmas in the UK, Père Noël in France, the Chinese lion dancers in China, and the Hanukkah storyteller between Morocco and France, to name just a few. We didn't really schedule these into our day, but we loved passing through a country when a show was on and getting to hear all about that country's holiday traditions and celebrations. It's wonderful getting to learn all about the differences between cultures, the history behind these, all in a really Disney way. Next on the list is New Year's Eve. We were really excited to be there for this, as of course Disney puts on a fantastic party to see in the new year. There are parties at Epcot, Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom, as well as parties around the resort, with something for everyone depending on what type of night you want. We opted for Magic Kingdom as we thought it would probably be a bit better for the kids, and we wanted to be in the main park. With the park being so busy and filling up fast, we made sure to get in there early in case it closed due to full capacity, as this has happened in the past. Unfortunately, this meant it was quite a long day for the little ones. By the time it got to around 10 PM, we could tell it was just too much for the kids, so we decided to give up and get them to bed. Despite not being there for the countdown or seeing the fireworks, we still had a really good night, and the kids particularly enjoyed the dance party in Tomorrowland with Santa Stitch. We're planning to return one day when the kids are a bit older, so we can see in the new year together at Disney World. We can't talk about Christmas at Disney World and not mention the themed snacks. We've already talked about the offerings at the Epcot Food Festival, but there's also loads on offer across Walt Disney World parks and resorts. There were some epic Christmas cupcakes and cookies, and they had tons of seasonal themed candy apples. In true Disney style, there were some amazing cocktails, and there was a candy cane milkshake from Blizzard Beach that I still dream about today. Every year they announce different snacks, and a good source of information on this is the Disney Food blog. They cover all of the seasonal offerings as soon as they're announced. Next is the Christmas Parade. One of the best parts of the holidays at Walt Disney World is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which I'll come on to in a moment. Unfortunately for us, these parties stop before Christmas Day. Fortunately for us though, once these parties are over, the Christmas Parade continues for a short while after, and you get to see this just included in normal park entry rather than having to pay for the extra party. We were lucky enough to see the parade on this trip, and the kids loved seeing all the characters in the parade, as well as seeing Santa. We used Genie Plus to get a reserved spot for the parade, and the videos here show the view we had without having to stalk out this great spot long before the parade started. Disney really goes to town with the decorations over the festive period, and the parks and the resorts look absolutely beautiful. It helps create a really wonderful atmosphere and makes for some great family photos. Another special thing about Disney World at Christmas time is the ride overlays. Disney often put a range of festive overlays to some of their rides, adding a bit of Christmas magic to rides that you may have ridden many times before. Our two favourites are the Jungle Cruise, which becomes the Jingle Cruise, and Living with the Land Merry and Bright Nights overlay, which make two of our favourite rides even more special. And last but not least, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Unfortunately, the timing of this didn't work out for our trip last year. It usually begins towards the start of November, but finishes in the week before Christmas. Greg and I went to this event in 2011 and had the best time. It's a separate ticketed event, but like all the ones we've been to in the past, we think it's well worth it if you can fit it into your budget. To start with, there's unlimited hot chocolate and cookies. There are various different flavours depending on which part of the park you go to, so definitely swat up in advance to scope out the best ones. There are loads of unusual character meets too, like the 7 Dwarfs and Jack Skellington, which is one of the things we love about it. Then there's the special Christmas shows, the parade, and of course the fireworks. We'd love to return one day and do this with the kids when we can make the dates work. So there you have it, they're our top tips for making the most of a trip to Walt Disney World over the festive period. Disney World's always changing, so if you've got any other tips or questions, then let us know in the comments below. If you'd like to see more from this trip and other trips that we've done to Walt Disney World and beyond, then make sure you like and subscribe as there are more videos coming. Thank you so much for watching.